What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Brown Jet and welcome back to an update on the crypto portfolio that we're building for the bull market. Now, as a reminder here, I've started this account with $1,000 US, investing it in the tokens or the cryptocurrencies that I believe in for the long term, as well as adding $200 US every 2 weeks. And the goal here is to build this portfolio up into a monster without adding any additional funds beyond the 200 US every 2 weeks. Because you know what? Let's simulate what every single person can go out there and do. Because you know what? 200 US, what is that like? 15 to 20 hours at a minimum wage job. Anyone can do that. Anyone can set that money aside. So before we get into this video today, remember, this is not financial advice. I'm just a guy who's sort of posting on YouTube. Any idiot can do that. And the goal in these videos, just like everywhere else, is get wealthier or get more money than last time. You know what? Get wealthier since last time. Anyways, if you haven't done it already, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video, share the video, support us on the road to 5K. Now, you probably saw the thumbnail here. Are we bullish yet? Well, let's take a look at how the portfolio is doing. So far, we are slightly down. We're down 11%. Remember, we are dollar cost averaging every few weeks, and the crypto market has sort of been in a bit of a down spiral since we've bought in, right? So predominantly, we have Bitcoin and then a smaller amount of Ethereum, probably like something around, I mean, you can see it here. It's like 66-ish% Bitcoin, 33% Ethereum. And the reason for that, I've explained this to you before. Bitcoin will be the cryptocurrency that sort of sees the most volume growth. And then after that gets saturated, we'll see Ethereum, then the altcoins, top 10, top 20 alts, and then everything else. That's how the bull cycle works. So plan here is to stack Bitcoin over the short term and then sort of transfer those gains into everything else as we see that incredible growth trajectory. But we're not there yet, and you're probably wondering, should you be going all in on Bitcoin? Not exactly, and let me tell you why. The first thing, which this is the positive sign, is the crypto fear and greed index has dropped from 49, which it was like a week ago, maybe like 5 days ago, to 40. And that's because Bitcoin went up to $27,000 a few days ago when the SEC had lost another battle, or they lost two battles, one against the spot ETF with Grayscale, and they also lost their battle with Uniswap. And because of that, you always get increased confidence, and that increased confidence led to a Bitcoin rally. I made a video telling you guys that this would not be sustainable, that we should expect it to come back down because it doesn't mean anything in the short term. It's just a small pump from a catalyst. And as suspected, remember, I can't see the future. I don't have a crystal ball. I just sort of work on logic and sort of patterns. And well, it came back down. And guess what? The fear has returned. The fear is basically the same as it was last week or a week before that, around 39.40. Remember, we want more like extreme fear are the best times to buy. Fear is still not a bad time to buy. You don't want to be buying when everyone's greedy, because when everyone's greedy, you're going to get destroyed, because when people are greedy, that's when you see massive sell-offs. Remember, fear is the perfect time to buy. Greed is the perfect time to sell for the most part, right? Those are general principles. There's a lot more that goes on beyond that, but that's sort of how I look at it. Now take a look at Bitcoin here. This is the daily chart for Bitcoin. Let me just minimize this. So you can see here, we've been in sort of a downtrend here ever since we hit 31,000. I mentioned to you back then, I drew these liquidity zones. I told you that Bitcoin would come down here. If you look at previous videos in this area, I had a liquidity zone. It was taken out, so I deleted it. We still have this liquidity zone over here. And the reason I know it still exists is because it's still trading around this range. Once it sort of breaks down further, I will delete this liquidity zone as well. And we have one final liquidity zone down here between 23,500 and $24,000. I have been telling you guys since $31,000 that I expect Bitcoin to come down here. I expect Bitcoin at some point to come down at this level. At this level, I will be accumulating hard. Obviously, in my portfolio here, I really can't add more than the $200 every 2 weeks. I might consider moving my Ethereum over to Bitcoin here. Don't know yet. But what I will be doing is I will be buying Bitcoin mining stocks on my main portfolio, on my YouTube portfolio as well. And I'll also be buying a bunch of Bitcoin to put it on my hardware wallet. This fancy device, my Ledger, right? This is the thing that I use to track and keep my Bitcoin in. I think it's a very useful tool. I don't like putting my crypto on sort of centralized exchanges. As you know, I like to have it decentralized. I like to own my own keys. If you've learned nothing else from what happened with FTX, with Celsius, with BlockFi, get a damn hardware wallet. Keep your own crypto. Do not rely on other companies to do it for you, because who knows if they'll still be around. You never know. It's hard enough with everything else going on. Crypto, bridge hacks, rug pulls. The last thing you need is your exchange taking your money too. Hardware wallet, blue chip tokens, blue chip cryptos, peace of mind. I can sleep easy. You know what I'm saying? So looking at Bitcoin here, since 31,000, we sort of traded in this range, this liquidity zone at 29,000 US. We broke through that as expected. And guess what? We've been trading around this liquidity zone, around 27,000 to 26,000. And now it looks like we're getting set up for that downward move here. Remember, when this move happens, you'll always see people on crypto Twitter. You'll see the bear experts come out and tell you, oh my God, we're going to 10,000. I'm not buying Bitcoin 10,000. You know what I think is going to happen? Remember, I was calling for Bitcoin to come down since 30,000. When Bitcoin hits this price, I think we'll have some sort of turbulence here. We'll sort of sit there, trade sideways, maybe go up a couple thousand, maybe go down a couple thousand. But I expect to see a massive rally upwards here. Coming up here, probably going past the yearly high. So past 32,000 at some point, maybe end of the year, who knows, right? It's hard to believe, but we are in September right now, right? We are in the last month of quarter 3. Incredible. By the end of the year, we should see some incredible momentum, hopefully. And if you just take a look at this, right? I know it's a really crappy image. Sorry. I found it on Twitter. There's a site called Glassnode. You got to pay a ton of money to get the insight, so I didn't do that. But if you take a look here, you can see how long we've been in our bear market. The first crypto bear market was 386 days, 2015, right? The next bear market was 2019, 204 days. We had a slight bear market with the pandemic for 37 days, but that was very short-lived, right? It was like the V-shaped recovery. And I know it's hard to imagine, but we've already been grinding. It's already 500 days. This 490 days was from 2 weeks ago. So we're already 500 days in a bear market for crypto. And people are like capitulating. People are like, oh my God, it's over. Guess what? These bear markets don't last forever, just like the bull markets don't last forever, right? Bull markets and bear markets, these things are all part of a cycle. They don't just all go, nothing goes straight up and nothing goes straight down. And something like Bitcoin that has a ton of amazing catalysts on the horizon is set to go up. And the only reason it hasn't so far is there's a lot of the bigger institutions that don't want it to go up yet, because they want retail to capitulate, sell the Bitcoin at a way cheaper price. And once you do that, they're going to full send Bitcoin and Bitcoin is going to skyrocket. That's my thesis. Remember, not financial advice. I'm just an idiot on YouTube sort of sharing my opinion, but that is how I am going to play it. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Now, if we take a look here at when they expect to have the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, we're looking potentially at February 23rd, 2024. Remember, this is when BlackRock has their ETF, crypto goes mainstream. All of a sudden, people are starting investing more and more into crypto. BlackRock needs to have a ton of Bitcoin on hand. Guess what that means? Bitcoin demand goes up. We're going to start seeing this price go up. Not just that, but the Bitcoin halving is in 224 days on, April 16th, 2024. That's another big catalyst. So like March, April, by that time, if you haven't gotten your Bitcoin position, I strongly suspect that we will be nearing like $50,000 to $60,000 per token. That's my guess. That's how I'm going to play it. As I mentioned, only time will tell how this works out. But because of that, I am strongly setting myself up for that right now. I'm not buying Bitcoin in my main account and my Bitcoin miners, or like sort of just setting that position even further. I already have a significant position. I'm waiting for that 23,500 liquidity zone to sort of be reached. I'm going to sort of slap it with a huge buy, and let's see what happens there. Remember, I have a long-term time horizon. I'm not playing with leverage. I'm not playing with options. I am more than happy to sort of buy, set it and forget it, and know that I'm investing in the number one crypto asset. I know a lot of you sort of message me and ask me, hey, what do I think about Cadena? What do I think about like Matic? What do I think about Solana? I don't know enough about those tokens to give a very informed opinion, but what I can tell you is there is no world where those cryptos succeed and Bitcoin fails. And that's why I will always first start with Bitcoin, wait until that price rises. Once that price rises to a significant amount, then I will sort of shift to either Ethereum if it hasn't bumped up enough already, or go into the alts, because that's where you get the incredible growth. And that's right before the meme rally. So I hope that sort of makes sense. The final thing I want to say here is Ethereum is actually in sort of a negative territory in the sense that we have broken the support at 1643. The last time we broke that support and stayed under was really back in March, March back here. And we really, end of February, March, we came back down big time to 1400. We rallied all the way up to 2100 and since trade range bound. But guess what? We're over here, and it is bad if we start seeing this tick down. So like something to keep in mind, when Bitcoin drops to 23,500, I expect Ethereum to drop to 1550 at least, which we should see a big red candle here. So just something to keep in mind. I hope this was very informative. I come on here sort of every week to sort of give you guidance and such. If you want more, we have a free public Discord space, investing, where we can talk about all things the stock market, cryptocurrency, and trading. Here's the link to it, link in the description below. Also, if you want sort of private coaching, you can check out coaching.thebrowngent, and from there, you can sort of get your own session, personalized coaching session, very affordable, on stocks, crypto, options under stocks, obviously, or DeFi Kingdoms. I put that in there. It's one of those things. If you haven't done so already, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good night.